What is up, everybody? Welcome back to our channel. My name is Al.
And I'm Terez.
And we are the Joneses. If you have not done so already, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe link and give this video a thumbs up. In today's video, we're going to talk about what we have been up to since becoming debt-free. So for those who don't know, my wife and I, this past November, we paid off the last of our $64,000 of debt, and it took us about 28 months to do so. So since paying that off and reaching that milestone, some people have been wondering, what have you guys been up to since then? So in today's video, we're going to give you guys some updates and some things that we're looking forward to next since becoming debt-free. Stay tuned. So since becoming debt-free, the first thing that we started doing was actually just saving. Nothing fancy, nothing exciting. We just started saving money. We started saving for an emergency fund.
The rule of thumb is to save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. And now with this pandemic, this is a good time to have a fully funded emergency fund because of all the uncertainties and not knowing how it's going to affect you financially.
And then also with this emergency fund, we actually treated it just like we were paying off debt. So this is something that we wanted to do very quickly. So instead of, we freed up all this money, we didn't go out and buy something extravagant, or we didn't go out on a nice fancy trip or anything like that. We treated it as if we were still in debt to save this money as quickly as possible to reach our number of having a funded emergency fund.
Yeah, because the first baby step in Dave Ramsey's plan is to have a $1,000 emergency fund. And I really wasn't that comfortable with only having $1,000 separating us and our next emergency.
Yeah.
It just felt like we were living on the edge. Like, that's not even enough to cover 1 month's mortgage.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's hurry up and get this emergency fund fully funded.
Yeah. And I think that's what helped us get it to that number. It's like, well, we only have this much money in our account. So if something happens, we got to take care of it, with either
Charge it.
Yeah. So
I didn't cut him.
So we didn't want to go back into debt. So it's like, hey, we better start stacking money into this emergency fund really quick, because if something happens, we want to make sure we got enough reserves to take care of it.
Instead of charging it.
Right. So we used Dave Ramsey's plan to get us out of debt, which is his 7 baby steps. And, once we got baby step number 3 done, which was save the 3 to 6 months of emergency fund, the next step was 4, 5, and 6, which is investing 15% of your income into retirement, putting up money for the kids' college, and paying off your home early. But we are in what he would consider baby step 3B, meaning that there are some other things before we get to baby steps 4, 5, and 6 that you actually do together at the same time. There's some other things that we wanted to take care of before we start allocating that huge percentage of our income to those things. So we still do some of those things, but not as much, because right now, we're in the process of saving money for a new house. Right now, we currently live in a townhome, and we're going to, we have 2 boys, and it's a 2-bed, 2-bath townhome, so the space starts to seem a little small when you got toys everywhere. So we want to buy a single-family home, and that's for the yard and everything. So that's going to take money, right? Yeah. So we're saving up money for that, and then with moving, buying a new house comes other expenses. You got your moving expenses, you got furniture to buy. So we're putting up money to take care of those things, so that we don't have to do, like she said, charge it and go back into debt. Yes. Because I know when we bought this place, first thing we did was charged it, and we bought everything on a credit card.
Charged everything.
So we're being smart this time and saving that money and putting it aside, so when that day comes, we have the cash to just purchase all these items that we need for our new home and the new move.
Yes, we're planning ahead.
Yeah. And then also we are saving money as well at the same time to buy another car to replace my 2005 Cadillac with 150-something thousand miles on it. We plan on buying another car, just cash, outright. So, that takes planning as well. So we're actually putting money aside every month, or every time each one of us gets paid, so that once we reach our number and we feel ready and we've done our research, that we'll purchase this new car cash.
Yes, because it's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
Because the bottom's finna fall out that bad boy.
I pray every time I drive that truck. Lord help.
Oh man. Hey, but that comes with, you know, like once we finally get this new car that's paid off in cash, we don't have a payment. That's gonna be like one of the funny things we're gonna be able to look back and see, like, man, we drove this car for so long in order to sacrifice not having to have payments or being boggled down by debt, so we can just own this car outright and not have to worry about, hey, if something happens, we can't make the payment, the repo man's not coming.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, not something I want to do in the middle of a pandemic.
Absolutely.
For our retirement savings, we are saving 8% of my income to take advantage of my company's match. Because that is a benefit. That is money that we didn't want to leave on the table,
right.
Because we're saving for our house.
So we're still doing that on her end with her job. And then on my side, my job actually takes a mandatory 12.5% from all of my payroll checks to put towards my pension. So I'm in law enforcement and I work for the state government. So we actually have a pension system where I don't have a choice. They take 12.5% of my money and put it up towards pension. So when I retire, I'll actually get a pension. But on top of that, we also have a 403B program to where I can invest my own money, pre-tax into a retirement. So I still do some now, but like you said, once we get to the point to where we've got the house, the car, and all these other things that we're saving up for, then we'll look at bumping these numbers up even more so that we can, reach our retirement goals and
at least up to the 15% of our total household income.
Right. We're only putting that increase on hold for another 11 to 12 months because we'll have the house and the car and all that stuff within the matter of this next year coming up. So around this time next year, all these things will be done. And then we'll be right back in the seat of baby steps 4, 5, and 6, which is putting up money towards retirement, putting up money for the kids' college, and starting making extra payments to pay the house off early. Because we don't want to have a mortgage for long either. We've sat down and we've dreamt of what it would be like to not have any payments at all, mortgage included. So that's something we do want to get rid of. And then lastly, I can't forget. We will be celebrating 10 years of marital bliss next September. So September of 2021, we would have been married for 10 whole years. So this is the big one, and we feel like we want to do something really nice. So we're saving up money to take a really nice trip. And hopefully, Corona is still not around or is not affecting that travel, because we actually recently just canceled a trip to Florida. We're actually supposed to be in Florida right now, but we canceled that trip and we got our money back. But hopefully things go as planned and we're able to take that trip for our 10-year anniversaries. So those are the things that we're saving up for. Those are the things that we're planning for, our goals, some of the things that we're looking forward to in the future. Now that we are debt free and we're able to do a lot of different things with all this extra money that we freed up. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.